Hi everybody, hope you are all doing well. Good to be here with you, and hope you've had a great week. And let's go ahead and dive right into today's live stream. As always, if you got any questions or comments, just drop them in the chat, and I will address them. So kind of picking up from where we left off last week, when we were kind of using chords and inversions to try to create some extra movement and to kind of create some nice voice leading. For example, we were going last week from C major to F major. And the C major is in root position because the C is on the bottom. The F major is in second inversion because the C is on the bottom. And that sounds a little bit more nuanced than bringing this up to an F in root position. Just plain all root position chords is a little bit, it's a little basic, I guess. So add those inversions in, get yourself some nice movement, and the movement really just comes to itself. It makes itself. Not a whole lot you've got to do other than kind of just be willing to move the chords and see what happens. So like right there, I was just like, if I was playing, like I was just going up a chord tone. So if I played C, E, G, then the next time I was going to play a C major chord, it would be G, C, E, G, C. And then I would play the F major chord, and then the next C major chord I would play would be G, C, E. So it's all about just trying to create some movement. And another way that we can create some movement is, this was all in my right hand. So if you're a pianist or maybe a guitar player and are thinking about having some bass added to it. So for example, I've got this nice C, E, G here. I can put a C in the bass, and I could, leave that C in the bass, and that F second inversion chord is going to have an extra C in there. It's going to be even more pronounced. But what would happen if I moved this C in the bass down to an F in the bass? Our ears are way more comfortable with hearing jumps of a fifth in the bass. Our ears are more okay with that than hearing like our root position chord staying in root position and just jumping up. And I know it's only jumping up a fourth, but keeping it, what am I trying to say here? The big leaps are okay in the bass. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you still have the C, E, G, C in the bass, and then got C, E, F, A, C, F, A, excuse me. Or you can drop the F to a bass, back up to the C. What would happen though if instead, quick point I wanted to mention is, whatever is the lowest note, that is going to be your inversion. So if you have a second inversion F major chord in your right hand, but your left hand is still playing a C, that's still a second inversion chord. But if you've got a second inversion chord in your right hand, C, F, A, and now your left hand is playing an F, that becomes a root position F chord because the F is in the bass. Always got to look to the lowest tone. All right, so let's get back to C, E, F. C, E, G to C, F, A. I'm just going to cycle between that in my right hand. And then check out what I'm going to do in my left hand though. So I'm going to start on C in the bass. Now I'm going to pick a chord tone that's descending. The next closest chord tone but that is descending and is in F is going to be the A. Nice little sound there, right? Now I'm going to keep my bass descending, but I got to pick a chord tone that's going to be in the key of C. So it's going to be a G. I'm going to keep descending, but I got to go back to the F chord. So what's the next descending chord tone in F? It's going to be the F. And now I'm going to keep descending, but I'm going to go back to a C. So what's the next chord tone in C? It's going to be this E. Keep descending to the next chord tone in the F major chord is going to be C. And let's just leave that there while we resolve back to C. So one more time, a little bit faster. Again, I'm just going from C to F to C to F in my right hand, and my left hand is descending, and the note that I'm arriving at is going to be the nearest chord tone. So I'll shout those out again. So it's going to be C, A, G, F, E, C, C. That's kind of a nice little, it's a nice way to, add some more spice, which is what I am all about. Add some more spice, add some more flavor to the music. Similarly, you can go the opposite direction. Instead of going down, let's try it going up in the bass. So we've got C, F to G to F, or excuse me, A's in the bass, to C to F, to G, to A, and back to a C chord. So I'm just cycling between the C major triad and the F major triad, but that movement that I'm giving the bass kind of makes it seem like there's more happening. It's almost like an auditory illusion, I guess. So I hope you thought that was kind of cool. Maria, thank you for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I always love looking at your Insta post, and today I was happy to see that those cards that were pulled. So it's good to see that. Let's see here. For anybody who's watching this, Maria is a super cool person. You could probably check her out by clicking on the link in her comments. She's commenting right now, so you could check out her YouTube, check out some of her music. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. As always, reach out for lessons. I offer 100% money back guarantee. I released the newest full moon music. That link is up in the little description under this video. It's called what is it? The Thunder Moon, I think. Thunder Full Moon. That was just that was a week ago. So yeah, I'll see you all next week at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and everybody stay well and stay healthy until then.